So let's go into our Wuji stance. Feet about shoulder width apart, facing more or less forward or comfortably forward with the knees just slightly bent, relaxed. Feel like the top of the head is being lifted upward, elongating the spine. Bring the hips in just a little bit or forward just a little bit so the tailbone is pointing towards the floor. Let the shoulders drop down and come slightly forward, bringing the arms around in front. Bring the chin down and in just a bit. One of the teachers talks about how when you're in this stance, you're using your skeletal system to support you. So all the bones are stacked up in the correct position to hold you up. Obviously, your muscular system is working as well, but it's working as less as possible. If we stopped using our muscles entirely, we would drop to the ground, obviously. But you want to use as little effort as possible. That's why you want to get into this stance. Breathing in and out through the nose. As you breathe in, nice deep abdominal breathing. Let the abdomen expand outward as you draw the breath down. Nice and slow and relaxed. Then we pause. And we begin our exhalation with the abdomen compressing back towards the spine, pushing the breath all the way up and out the nose. And with each breath, see if you can slow it down, elongate the inhalation and the exhalation. Try to just relax into it. Become aware of your feet on the ground. Dig your toes in just a little bit. And then move around so you can feel your heels, the balls of your feet, all parts of your feet making contact with the ground. And try to feel that connection all the way down to the center of the earth. And then become aware of the earth supporting you, merging with you. Nice, slow, long inhalation, a pause, and a nice, long, slow exhalation. Let's start with some lung cupping today, building the immune system and the respiratory system. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to make very just loose fists with them. We're going to bend down, and then as we come up, we're going to hit right inside the crease on the pectoral chest muscle here. You're going to breathe out through the mouth. So you breathe in through the nose. 2 more. Good. Take your fingers, put them all to the thumb. Call this the bird's beak. We're going to take the bird's beak, put it on that same spot. We're going to rotate our elbows back and then up and around, keeping the fingers right in here where the lung points are, lung 1 and lung 2, and stimulating those points. Here, breathe naturally. You can breathe in and out through the nose, or if you feel any kind of constriction, then breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Rooster spreading its feathers. Really try to emphasize that circle that you're making with your elbows. One more time around, then we're going to reverse. And here, really open the chest as you come up and around. Feel your shoulder blades moving. One more time around. Good. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Big sigh. Just feel everything kind of drop. Let's do that twice more. Now we stimulated the kidney 1 point, so you should be kind of a little bit more aware of where that point is if you're just kind of standing there, and see if you can kind of be aware of where that point is. You may not feel it, but be aware of where it is. And now you're going to massage what's called the Lao Gong point. If you take your ring finger and just kind of collapse it over, you'll see it kind of goes into the center, close to the center of the palm. That's where the Lao Gong point is, but you don't have to be there exact. We're just going to put our thumb into the palm, and we're going to massage all along the center of the palm there, stimulating what is basically a mini chakra point where a lot of energy comes out. Good. Now switch hands. Good. Rub your palms together. Let's first make a chi ball, just so we stimulate the chi coming out of your palms. So hands down by your lower dantian, by your abdomen, about 3-4 inches apart. Fingers nice and loose, hands relaxed. As you breathe in, let them separate about 3-4 inches. And as you breathe out, you come back to the starting point. At no point do your hands or fingers make contact. And just see if you can feel the massaging of the energy between your palms. Feel that energetic ball becoming more substantial. Good. And stop moving and just hold that ball for a moment. And roll it around a little bit. Start noticing that you have something tangible between your palms. You may feel tingling, you may feel heat, you may feel cold, you may feel numbness. The energy, we perceive the energy in different ways at different times. Doesn't mean a thing. Now let's bring our palms up to our face, about 2 or 3 inches away, and just see if you can feel that energy penetrating the skin. Just kind of breathe it in. Let's turn lazy circles all over the face in one direction. Nice and slow, massaging out the wrinkles, sending that energy deep into the head, through the skin, the muscles, the bones, the organs, and reverse. Good. One more time. And then just come back to holding them in front of your face. Perhaps you can feel it even more than you did when you started this. Let's just take our hands, keeping them away from the head or making contact, doesn't matter. We're going to push up along behind the ears, come down to the jawline, come down to the heart, and just hold that there. See if you can feel the energy going into your middle dantian. Good. Now we're going to concentrate on the kidney meridian for a moment. So we're going to bend our knees. We're going to drop our hands down. Back of the hands come almost together, but not quite. And then as you lift up from your knees, draw that energy up from the floor through the bottom of your feet, through that kidney 1 point to the kidney 27 point. Pause, and then take whatever energy that no longer serves you and send it to the ground to be recycled. Then we pause, we gather fresh energy, bringing it up through the bubbling spring, up the legs, up the torso to the K27s. Pause, and then take whatever energy that you no longer need, send it to the earth to be recycled. Called the fountain. Really try to feel the energy coming up from the floor through that K1 point that we massaged earlier, coming up the inside of the legs, up the torso to the kidney 27 point, and then we transition to moving energy that no longer serves us out, be recycled into the ground. And see if you can become a little more aware, perhaps, of that point on the soles of your feet, drawing the energy up from the earth. One more time. And just let them come down. And just hold that stance for a moment. And let's see if we can get all 4 points to activate, the 2 Lao Gong and the 2 bubbling spring, or the Yan Chuan, I believe is the way it's pronounced. Let's see if as you breathe in, you're bringing in energy through the palms and through the soles of your feet into your body. And then breathe out through the mouth, And imagine gray smoke coming out of those points. Now, especially when you breathe out, put a little more pressure into the front third of your foot where that point is. And then as you lift up, you're kind of relieving some pressure on there, making you perhaps a little more aware of that point, those points on the bottom of your feet. But at the same time, noticing the movement of energy in and out of your palms. One more time. Good. And like I was saying before we started recording, having the legs activated, having that energy come up from the soles of your feet is extremely important, especially the older we get. This is where we tend to get our blockages first. And there are more meridians that are running up and down the legs than there are up and down the arms. So it's really important to try and keep those open. One of the nice ways to do that is what we were just doing, or this one is also one that you can practice. It is essentially opening the door, which we've done many times. Let's start with that first. So imagine you have string attached to your wrist, and as you breathe in, that string pulls the wrists up. They get not quite to shoulder height. You pause, and then as you breathe out, they just float downward. As they come up, shift a little weight into the heels without lifting your feet off. Makes the arms float up. And then you put your weight into the toes as they float down. We want to use the muscles as little as possible. We want to get to the point where it feels like just the breath is moving your arms. You're not using any effort to move the arms. Good. Now, don't stop. Keep going. But become more aware of those 4 points that we were talking about, the 2 points in your palms and the 2 points at the bottom of your feet. And we're just going to change the breathing a little bit here. So as you breathe in through the nose, again, pulling that energy in through those points. Then as you breathe out through the mouth, picture gray smoke coming out of those points. And if one set, you feel one set more than the other, change your focus then to the opposite set. So for most people, feeling the Lao Gong points in your palms is fairly easy. But feeling those K1s, the bubbling spring in your feet is not. So just kind of forget about the Lao Gong points for a moment and focus on the soles of your feet. And as you breathe in, see if you can feel that energy coming in through the soles of your feet. Pause, breathe out. The energy leaving through the soles of your feet. Activating the 4 points. Good. One more time. And let's do the fountain again. So let's come up. Let the arms come out. Drop all the way down. Back of the hands almost come together, pulling that energy up through the soles of your feet, all the way up to the torso, the K27s. We pause. Send the energy out, the ground to be recycled. And hopefully you're feeling that energy, visualizing that energy more than the first time we did that. Let's do one more. And go back to just sensing the energy. Good. Take your hands, bring them up behind your head so they're supporting the skull. So your fingers are slightly on top, the thumbs are right in that ridge there. This is called bowing down from the Yi Jin Jing. So as we breathe out, we're going to go down a third of the way. So try to figure out how far down you can bend. And first one, we're going to go down a third of the way as we breathe out. Breathe in, come back up. Breathe out, go down 2/3 of the way. Breathe in. And now we breathe out, we go down as far as possible, as far as comfortable. Remember, with all these postures, stay within your comfort zone. Limit the range so that you're never feeling any pain or discomfort. Let's start again, down 1/3. Try to keep a relatively flat back. 2/3. And all the way down as far as comfortable. And here you can arch your back at the end. More time for all three. Breathe in. Down 1/3. 2/3. And all the way down. Come all the way up. Change it so that, you're going to have to listen to me first. You're going to take your palms, put them over your ears so that you can't hear anything. That's going to allow your fingers to be in this ridge now. So you can either just tap with your pointer finger, or you can snap. I'll put my pointer finger on top of the middle finger and then snap it down. So by keeping your ears covered, when your finger hits that little groove, it's going to sound much more impressive. We want to do that 24 times. And then when you're done, put your hands down so I can see. So go ahead and do that. Just beating the heavenly drum. Just take a couple of deep breaths here. See if we don't feel clearer. Again, rub your hands together. Bring them around. You can either put them right on your kidneys, or I kind of like to hold them about an inch or two apart away. Try to feel the energy coming out of the lao gong points into your kidneys. You can picture dark blue light coming out of the palms, filling the kidneys. Kidneys are the batteries of the body. As we were saying earlier, especially in winter, you want to fill those kidneys with the energy. Winter, we should store our energy, conserve our energy, so that when spring comes, which is right around the corner in traditional Chinese medicine, when spring comes, we're ready to blossom forward. Blossom forth, sorry. Now go ahead and put your hands on the kidneys. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, come down the backs of your legs. Pause as you come around the toes. Breathe in as you come up the inside of the legs, into the leg crease or the qua. Then come in to the belly button, just below the belly button. Then head back out to the kidneys. And again, breathe out. And breathe in. One more time. This time, stop at the leg crease. Make a loose fist and just tap up and down that crease, the qua, the leg gates, just to ensure that we have no blockages or stagnation in that area that would prevent all this energy that we've been cultivating, moving up and down the legs. Good. Take your thumbs, put them on either side of your spine, just above the hip bone, especially that we're looking to do some shoveling tomorrow. This is always a good one. So the hands are on the hips, the thumbs are on either side of the spine, just above the hip bone. As we breathe in, we're going to lean back into it and push the thumbs into those muscles there. Pause, get a little extra there, then breathe out as you relax and bend forward. Move the fingers about a half an inch up, and do it again. And just slowly take your time, work your way up your spine until you find that you're just below the rib cage or as high as you can comfortably do it. And then when you get as far as you feel you can, work your way back down. And if you find areas that are a little sensitive, you can stay there for a couple more moments, either massage them out or just do a couple of bends, working the thumbs in and out of that area. Just do a couple more. And when you're finished, let your hands drop in front of you. Go back to the Wuji stance. Good. Let's do hold up the heavens. As we breathe in, again, we're bringing that energy up through the soles of our feet, up the legs. Our fingers are going to intertwine as we continue to bring the energy up the torso. Hands rotate in front of the face, palms up, push upward, looking at the fingers so that they go actually slightly behind you. Hold your breath, look forward, then breathe out, float down. So we breathe in. Look forward, then breathe out. One more time. This time, swan dive down. Start with a flat back and then go ahead and arch the back. Just relax. Let the head, the shoulders, the neck just hang. Only place you're going to feel any tension is the back of the legs. Each time you breathe out, so you can sink a little lower, a little closer to the floor. Go to a wider stance. That'll help you get down a little bit further. And take your left hand, I'll mirror you. Bring it over to the outside ankle. Sorry, your right hand out the outside of your left ankle. Then bring your left arm up, pointing to the ceiling as you follow it with your eyes. And let it come down as you breathe out. It sweeps across to the opposite angle. And then your right hand comes up. And just slowly side to side. One more time. Come back to center. Hang. You can stay in the wide stance or you can bring it in a little bit. Grab one hand with the other. Bend the knees. Sit up a bit. And then push up with the legs so the hand comes up the center line of the body, and then let the hand continue to come up the center line past your face, all the way up. Lean back a little bit. And breathing out, collapsing forward, down to the ground, then bend your knees and power up with your knees. So we don't want to use the lower back. It should all be out of the legs. So we pause down here. Then we breathe in as we bring that energy all the way up. Pause, you get a little extra stretch here. Breathe out as you go down. Full body flow. One more time. Come on all the way up. Turn the palms up on either side of you. As we breathe in, just raise the palms, leaving the elbows by your side. Breathe out as the fingers, the pinkies come together, sides of the hands come together. Breathe in as we scoop energy into our heart. Breathe out as we take that energy and we send out into the world and down into the earth. We start over. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Separating the clouds. One more time. And down. Let's do a nice version of connecting to heaven and earth. Bring the hands together in prayer position in front of the chest. Then pushing down with your right hand, push up with your left hand, and actually just go off a little bit to your right. Breathe in as you come back to our position. Breathe out as we switch sides. Bend the knees as you go down. And the hands come together and then straighten up as they separate. One more time each side. And down. Bring it down the heavens. Turn your palms up, breathing in, gathering the energy into your palms. Pause. Push that down through the top of the head, the Bai Hui point. Down the torso, down the legs, out the bottom of the feet into the ground. Twice more. As your hands come down, bring your feet much closer together. Not quite together. We're not going to finish quite yet. Reverse. Now bring the energy up from the ground, up into the chest as you come up onto your toes. Breathe out, push that energy back down. clearing to the lungs. One more time. Good. Leave your right hand down, palm up below the lower dantian. Left hand scoops out, thumb and first finger separate. Thumb facing the center line of the body, comes down as you breathe out. Get to the bottom, we switch. Breathe in. Gathering that energy, pause. Breathe out, feel that energy coming out of that space between your first finger. One more time. Good. And finish by putting feet together as close as comfortable, one palm over the other. And just feel that energy surging through your body. Let your body rock and sway. Bamboo in the wind. As that energy moves through your body, dispelling any darkness, any energetic stagnation or blockages, removing negative thoughts and emotions. Until every part of your body is aglow with that energy. And let that warm, loving light expand beyond your body, encasing you in a protective cocoon. And while you float weightlessly inside this cocoon, become aware of what it feels like to be safe, to be healthy, to be at peace. Take a deep breath in and gather those energies, those feelings, and take them with you for the rest of the day. Thank you.